Hey, what's up, everybody? Time for another game theory community sort of discussion video. So I don't know if this is because of the infiltration thing, but I also have been seeing, I don't know why I keep getting recommended this stuff when I look on Twitter. The greatest trick that the devil ever pulled was convincing people that Street Fighter games are the paragon of footsies in neutral. Which, first of all, in a way, I think that's kind of weird to because the idea of footsies didn't exist before Street Fighter, so this seems like a double conundrum. This sentence doesn't actually make sense if you think about it, but they have been full of bullshit and skip neutral tools since the Street Fighter 2 era. The sooner you expect it, the better Street Fighter 6 may become. Then Damascus. Whenever you read things like the age of footsies and neutral is over, I need to go back and type YouTube, blah, blah, blah. Of course, Damascus, that guy's a fucking idiot for. That's another guy that. Remember that dude used to shout me out at all these tournaments and all this kind of crap, and then when people started making up lies about me, he pretended that he's never seen my videos whatsoever, and he actually defended the person. You can go back and look. Remember the person that got caught having sex with their dog and made the fake GoFundMe and was lying about me? Yeah, that was one of the reasons that Damascus lied about me and said he never watched my videos before and started making up a bunch of bullshit. Did he ever get called out for that? Did Damascus ever get called out for that? That was one of the reasons he started lying about me as well. He actually promoted a person who made fake GoFundMe's and ended up having sex with their dog. Anyway, but besides that, yeah, I made these videos before I went to Japan. People don't even know what the fuck footsies is. A footsies means such a broad term now that you can be like, yeah, you can be like, oh, well, see, footsies didn't exist in Street Fighter 2. Actually, what you could say if you knew anything about actual fucking Street Fighter, if you were around back in the day, I made videos showing what was footsies. Footsies was mashing on duck short with Ryu. That's what footsies was. Because back in the day, you could not just fireball pokes and everything like that. Shotos did not have good pokes like that. And so their sort of force field move to try to poke to get in to check people was their duck short. And so it looked like you were like playing footsies if you actually were alive to play Street Fighter back in the day. Footsie doesn't mean what you think it does or what most people say it does. I've made many videos about this, what footsies was. And you don't even have to take my word for it. You can go back and look at those videos that Tomo made. Remember when Tomo and guys like Mike Watson were considered the best in the Street Fighter? Tomo, all that kind of stuff that they have multiple videos about. Even in those videos, they talk about him when he did those videos. He talks about footsies was mashing on Ryu Duck Short. What are you talking about? So actually, that's why I say, like, so you could actually say, what you could actually say is there is footsies in Street Fighter 2. But Vega's footsies is not that good, so to speak. I've showed those videos even back as far, once you got the Super Turbo, more so with like, say, a Super Ryu, because this is before they toned down the priority. Priority, I said it. People go crazy, right? The hurt boxes and hit boxes and speed of the move all encompassed into one. Ryu's duck short, that beats a ton of Vega's moves on the ground. Vega slide. Vega can even try to use his claw moves. But the priority, again, triggering people when you get to it, Ryu mashing on duck short, that beats a lot of stuff. So guess what? Vega's footsies is not that good. So Vega, quotation marks. So Vega needs to be able to skip neutral, so to speak, because Vega doesn't win the footsie battle. If you're thinking about traditional, more so Street Fighter, right? Yeah, I'm not saying he's terrible or something like that. But if you go from what footsies originally fucking was, and I've showed videos of it, and it's not just me, you can go back and look at those old videos, that Tomo made with Capcom and all that kind of shit. Even in those videos I showed, it's duck short, those kind of footsie things. Now footsies means neutral and all this other kind of shit, which it didn't mean before. You know what I mean? And I even made more in-depth videos about footsies, how you have to think about how Street Fighter actually worked back in the day with proximity blocking and all this kind of stuff. That, remember, if you actually press back, even if Ryu does a duck short and you don't attack, even if Ryu is not checking you, if you press back, there's that sort of gravitational field, that sort of magnet, and Ryu can actually walk forward, before you can, or move, to so to speak. I showed videos of it, right? Because there's that sort of force field, that sort of like magnetic sort of pull, gravitational pull. Look at the videos. If you press back and Ryu whiffs a move, I am now in range to throw you because I can walk forward before you can walk back. Whereas if you were just holding, if you were just in neutral, or if you were trying to check me as well, you can walk back from the throw. Like I said, there's very little like intricacies, whatever the English word is for that people, I've never seen people talk about really, you know what I mean? But it's because people don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Everything is such a fucking, sort of like clickbait and everything. It's like, oh yeah, of course you can say footsies isn't real now or something like that because footsie doesn't even mean what it used to mean. You know what I mean? It's like, it's just, oh, this stuff is so stupid, and I get like recommended this stuff for some reason. So I don't know. Again, I think the Vega argument is interesting because again, you could say Vega actually loses footsies in a lot of ways. That's why he has these other things to do it, right? You could say from a certain perspective that makes Vega unique because he is, characters back in the day, not all characters were just different shades of gray. Not every character like, oh, this is the B&B combo you heard, or this is blah, 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 blah. This is your footsie move. You know what Vega's footsie moves, Again, this isn't, Vega has long range, you know what I mean? Vega has slide, all this kind of, he has a fast walk speed so he can go for throw. But if you think about Vega actually, if you're talking about old kind of Street Fighter, which actually I guess he didn't even have it if you're thinking about, something like Championship Edition or Hyper Fighting. But if you're thinking about something like Super Turbo, it's actually a stand medium kick, which is more of sort of an annoying footsie move. Footsie, if you could even say that, let's say a poking neutral move. But if you're just thinking about legitimate, just what footsies is back in the day, footsies was mashing on duck short. And because you saw that so often, people were like, oh, that's footsies. You know what I mean? Because you check with those moves. Because back in the day, you check with all your jab moves, right? Footsies. I just mean, it's, like I said, if anything, you could say this makes the characters more unique because characters have such unique, different like strengths and weaknesses. You know what I mean? It's so, again, just not different shades of gray. Anyway, I just saw this and I'm like, people don't even know what the fuck footsies is anymore. Footsies doesn't even mean what it used to mean, Anyway, if you like the videos, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. I appreciate it. Thanks. If you're curious, no, I have not. God, it's been months since I've played any games. Like I said, when I'm in Japan, I don't play any games. So, I thought this year maybe this will be the 1 year I'll go and play video games while I'm in Japan, but didn't do it. So, anyway, but yeah. Remember, like, subscribe, comment, share, support the channel if you want. Appreciate it. Thanks. The end.